What's up, everybody? This is our new piece of news from Michael61Y on Discord, who is a member of our Discord, where you can join in the comments below, or the description below. We have around 1,020 fans on there, which is really cool, because some of you send awesome stuff like this. This is Wind Waker, the GameCube version, running on the Nintendo Switch via emulator. This comes from hackers, obviously, because you can't officially get this game to run on the Nintendo Switch.
The GameCube disc won't fit
yes,
in your Switch.
There is no disc drive. As tiny as the GameCube games are, there are no disc drives in the Nintendo Switch. But hopefully you will legally be able to play, I assume, Wind Waker HD. Not the original.
I don't know why they would release the original after they made the HD version
so
on HD console.
The thing is, they do have GameCube, Wii games, and I believe even a Wii U game with Twilight Princess HD running on the NVIDIA Shield tablet, which we talked about in the last news story. So there's a couple of things here. With that, I'm not sure if the Shield tablet or the Shield TV system is actually emulating the game, which is a lot more taxing on the hardware than running the game as if it was ported to it naturally. So if you change the code around and get the game to actually run to where it can take full use of the GPU and the CPU, the RAM and everything, then it'll have a much easier time running on a system that's trying to emulate it, which is why to run Dolphin Emulator, for instance, when it first came out, you needed like a top-of-the-line $1,000 PC. Not now, you can run it on like a few $100 laptop. But when Dolphin first came out, compared to like as weak as the GameCube or the Wii was, especially even compared to other systems, you would need like a high-end PC to run the games smoothly. And now you can do it on just about anything. But the reason is when you're not emulating, when you are emulating, you're using the processing power to emulate the console. So you're not just using the power to run the game, you're using the power to make your computer or whatever you're using pretend it is that system. Which is why on the NVIDIA Shield, even though it's almost the same as the Nintendo Switch, it runs like Mario Galaxy, I believe, Twilight Princess HD, and some of these other games almost perfectly, if not perfectly, in HD. So you can get like these amazing Wii games like Mario Galaxy in HD. And the Twilight Princess version, I believe, is also the Twilight Princess HD version for the Wii U. But with this, it does run Wind Waker, the GameCube version, but as you can see, it's running like 70% speed, I would say. Does it actually say there? Yeah, so it's running at around 14 to 15 frames. So it's running at about half speed.
Yeah.
In the comments, one of the people, we actually know this person. He comments on some of our videos sometimes. Says, odd that it runs so slow when the exact same hardware, the Shield TV, can play it in HD at 30 frames per second. So he's saying the same thing we are. Someone replied, says, well, the GPU drivers haven't been released yet. We'll have to wait for other fallover flow, to release it, or atmosphere, which apparently comes with all drivers, Joy-Con, sound, GPU that's needed. Even if they had these drivers and stuff, I think where it is emulating the game and not running it natively, I still don't think it would be able to run the game perfectly.
No.
So like it obviously is using the GPU already. Like maybe you could update the drivers, get it to run at like 20-25 frames, but it would be very hard for it to run smoothly in like 720p or 1080p if it's emulating the game. Which Nintendo it makes me wonder if whenever they release their emulators for the console, for their virtual console, are obviously like the N64 and other games can be emulated perfectly. The Wii was able to do all that as well. But when it comes to the GameCube games or the Wii games, which they mentioned GameCube games would be coming to the virtual console, I believe. Are they going to...
I think we talked about that months ago on the podcast.
Yeah, like are they going to have it emulate it? And where it's Nintendo, they understand how the hardware, the software, everything works perfectly. So maybe their engineers could get it to run at like a steady HD 30 frames per second, like it should. Or are they going to change the code up a bit and get it to run natively on it? That way it's not nearly as taxing. If they change the code to get it to run on the NVIDIA Shield, I could imagine what we see on the NVIDIA Shield is going to be the launch lineup for the GameCube or Wii Virtual Console. Although the Twilight Princess HD has me really confused because it's a Wii U.
Sure? Was the HD?
I want to say
I'm gonna double check.
But it is running in HD. I do know that. And some of the item and textures looked as if it was the HD version, like the Wii U version.
Right.
But
it might just be because it's up-res, right?
Maybe.
I think the HUD will be the biggest indicator. I'm just gonna...
Well, I think the HUD uses the buttons for the... Don't they?
Oh,
does it map,
that's a good point.
Does
I
it
don't know.
have the same HUD and then it just maps the buttons to the controller on the Shield? Or does it completely change the HUD to match the Shield?
That's a good question. It would be easier to just map the buttons and not change the HUD, obviously, but
then it would bring up the whole confusion problem because, like, if you're playing like a GameCube emulator with an Xbox 360 controller, like all the buttons are swapped. X is Y, Y is X, A is B, B is A.
Oh, it's the GameCube version.
Is it? So it's the GameCube version in HD? It has
the button, the GameCube HUD, but it's in widescreen, which the GameCube version was not.
Wait, so it does have the GameCube version, but it is 16:9?
Yeah, so they must have tweaked it, because...
So they probably, since they did tweak it enough to get it running like that, they probably do have it like natively running on it and not emulated.
Yeah, but the thing that's weird is because it's the GameCube version and it's in HD, you've got the sides of where the HUD should be right in the corners. They're kind of in the middle of the screen, and there's space on the sides because, like, it's not black bars on the side. There's space on the...
You can do that in Dolphin Emulator.
Yeah,
like,
so it's that same kind of thing.
You can use like an AR code to make it widescreen. But to get that natively on, like, I wonder if it is emulating it or if it is running it natively. This is the question.
But you know what really bothers me about the GameCube version of Twilight Princess?
It's not widescreen.
Other than that, I can play games that aren't in widescreen. You can only equip
it doesn't have
2 items.
The what is it, the green or the blue potion? No, is it purple? No. There's some kind of potion that you can no, there's some kind of potion that you can get in the Cave of Ordeals when like a blue Choo Choo and a yellow Choo Choo
it's green Chew Jelly.
Yeah, which is
left
over
did
from
a video on that.
Yeah, it was left over from the beta, but it's only in the Wii version.
Yes, for some reason.
Yeah, I guess.
Sense. But no, that's not what bothers me about the GameCube.
Because like those are the only differences that I could think of. It's like,
no, it's
16:9 Chew Jelly. Give me my Chew Jelly.
The GameCube version, you can use the C-stick to control the camera, but you can only equip 2 items at a time. In the Wii version, you can do 4. You can do 4. It just feels so like if they just mapped it with Midna.
They should have gave us another
not on the
Z
button. Yeah, and just had the controls the same and put Midna on the D-pad. then it controls the rest of it's the same as Wind Waker on the GameCube. Would have been perfect.
Or they could have had the analog sticks click.
That's true. Something, I don't know.
And
but
then like click down the C stick, and then that's Midna or something. Yeah, there's a bunch of stuff they could have done. I never noticed that. I don't think I noticed that.
yeah, no, Z is Midna instead of or sorry, Z.
And
It's
then
your American.
Ocarina of Time. Ocarina of Time has like every combination you can ask for because it gives you like the 2 on the touchpad and then the 2 actual buttons.
Yeah.
So
Really, the Twilight Princess HD is the best version because of the button mapping and the gyroscope and
not
so
having
it's all
to
the
talk
best
to
of both
Midna
worlds.
to
Yeah.
turn into a wolf.
Yes, and the dual stick so you can control the camera unlike the Wii version.
Yes, if you guys
And
watching,
widescreen.
if you want to know how important C sticks are, play through Majora's Mask 3D with a new 3DS, and then play Ocarina of Time 3D. And you will... yeah.
Yes. No, it's
I thought you were
honestly, it
reaching
makes
for
such a
your
big difference.
3DS.
No, I wasn't. Sorry.
Alright.
I was just looking at something, but no, it makes such a big difference. Honestly, the camera control is like, no, yeah, it's hard to go back to the Wii Twilight Princess after playing the Wii U one because it's like, I want to look around without turning all of Link and pressing like targeting, you know. Especially if you've got multiple enemies around you, it's just like you get stuck where you're trying to look and then Link's facing the enemy. It's just I've been there. It's bad.
Yeah. So
Yes. I think we're off topic.
our last piece of news. Okay, no, to end this really quick. When do you expect Virtual Console? And do you think these GameCube Wii emulated games on Shield are going to be launch titles for the Virtual Console?
I think so. Like it feels kind of like
'Cause,
they're,
like, if-
they're testing it out how it's gonna work. You
Yeah,
know?
like if they're literally already running on the exact same hardware,
Yeah.
then
There's no reason not to.
yeah.
Just do it, Nintendo. Virtual Console. I want to say the fall of 2018. That's my guess. They've put it off long enough. Probably launch alongside their other online services. So you subscribe to the online services, you could do Virtual Console and everything.
Yeah. Like, if it launched at the end of this year and it came with the games you expect, like Mario, A Link to the Past, the original Mario anyways, A Link to the Past, Super Mario World, Metroid, like all of these games, and then early next year where we don't really know what's coming out, so there is that gap of unannounced stuff, then they could be like, here's Luigi's Mansion on the GameCube Virtual Console. Here is Star Fox Adventures on the Virtual Console. Here is Star Fox 64. Here's Pokemon Stadium, Pokemon Snap. Like all of these games that the hardcore fans want. And then they could use Virtual Console to hold them over until whatever the big game is that releases in the summer. So that's my thought.
It's and I think like it goes along. I think it should launch with the online services because it goes with. They were saying the online service will get like a free game every month or something like that with it. So it makes sense to launch that with the Virtual Console and like have those coincide and go along with each other. So yes, that's it. Maybe it'll give you a free code and you just download it from the Virtual Console and something like that. I don't know how it's going to work, but
well, our next topic is going to be discussing the Zelda Theory that just went up.
The one you just uploaded?
Yes. I'll do a quick explanation for it for the people that didn't watch the thing, but I thought it would be fun to discuss it. I like discussing the theories more than actually making the theory videos.
Why not do both?
Yeah.
Here we are, friends.
Alright. So, are you ready?
I sure am.
Alright.